To demonstrate against the violence in Sudan and the Dutch and European migration control policies. We stand here because people are being killed, villages are being plundered, and women and girls are being raped by militias that are supported by Sudan's president al-Bashir. Al-Bashir must be brought before the International Criminal Court and punished for his crimes. The speakers of the Darfur Union later at this demonstration will tell you more about this. We stand here also because refugees from Sudan and from other countries should be able to get a better life. There's also a speaker from a refugee organization We Are Here, and he can tell you more about the way undocumented refugees are being treated in the Netherlands. And we stand also here because refugees are stopped at the outer borders of Europe, outer borders that Mark from Stop Wapenhandel already told you about. Outer borders that are moved out of European territory more and more. The EU moved her borders out to Turkey and several countries in Africa. The EU, including the Netherlands, makes deals with dictators to stop refugees from even reaching Europe. And these dictators use violence on the inhabitants of their own country and violate basic human rights. And these are the dictators that have to stop refugees, according to the EU. All refugees. What one often hears is that real refugees are allowed to come here. But what are real refugees? People don't flee for fun. People don't flee for fun. People flee for war, for violence, for rape, for famine, for poverty and for oppression. They flee for their life. They flee because of their future. Everyone wants to live safely. Everyone wants to have opportunities. Everyone wants to grow and to be able to develop. Refugees have a right for this, just as much as people who are born in the Netherlands. There are still people who manage to reach Europe. The will to go to Europe drives people forward. There will always be people who manage to slip through the holes, but the roads become ever more dangerous, and time and again people die. Human traffickers consider it a lucrative business to cram shitty boats so full of people that the boats capsize, and every year thousands of women, men and children drown. And to wait in a refugee camp until you are chosen for a permit, it's just a farce, just a cosmetic measure, which the EU uses to pretend to care about human lives. So refugees enter the shitty boats, and the EU and the Netherlands, they are responsible for this. The EU that's so-called finds human rights so important. In Den Haag, where we are now, the seat of the Dutch government, the city of peace and justice. But The Hague and the EU, the Netherlands, they are responsible for disaster and death. Some voices, some right-wing forces plead for total abolishment of the right to asylum in Europe. Then it would only be possible to apply for asylum in another country, at an embassy. If your request is denied, you would never have put foot on the European soil and you don't have to be deported. That's what they think. Then in Libya or Turkey or Sudan, you are stuck and they can think about what they will do. And they get a lot of money to do this from the European Union, from the Netherlands. Development funds that are shamelessly being used to bargain. Money for refugees, but not for refugees themselves. And what will dictators do with European money? What will dictators do with the border protection materials supplied by European countries? Will that be in the interest of the population? Of course not. The Dutch government, they don't try to stop everyone from applying for a permit. Are you a so-called acknowledged migrant and you are hired by a big company to make tons of money, you are welcome. But if you are poor, if you are sick, and you apply for a residence permit, the fees are increased no less than 985 euros. How are you going to pay that? The rules in the Netherlands are such that if you are poor, you have less chance of getting a permit or get your partner or child to the Netherlands. But how can you survive if your request for asylum is denied? If you are put on the street, broke and without a place to live? They say fuck off, but there's nowhere to go. And the state hunts down undocumented people and locks them up in order to deport them. Even if they didn't do anything, except being here, except trying to build up a life. But at the same time, undocumented people do a lot of work in the Netherlands. Work in people's homes, for example, especially in richest people's homes. Undocumented domestic workers clean, take care of children, take care of pets, and then the homeowners can go to their jobs. Their caring tasks are outsourced to people coming from the third world. And so the Dutch economy floats on the work of undocumented people. Just like the economy here floats on resources, mined and products made all over the world by underpaid and exploited workers. These products are welcome, and the money too, but the people should stay out as far as the government is concerned. Let me tell you still a bit about inburgering. Refugees that get a residence permit have to do inburgering. They say it's integration, but it's more like assimilation. It's about learning how fantastic the Dutch golden age was, that the Netherlands was a superb world power. But there's no words about slavery or the plunder of the colonies, because of which the wealth is still so unequally distributed throughout the world. No word about the genocides and the oppression of people in the colonies by the Dutch. Refugees must learn from the Dutch government that the Dutch culture is superior, that racism doesn't exist, and that every person has to be a self-made man or woman. Don't you have a job? Then it's your fault. Can't you keep up? Too bad. Diplomas from university in different countries are not recognized, but you can do cleaning work or work for nothing in a company that makes profit on the backs of free laborers. Here in the Netherlands, there's no war like in Sudan or other countries where refugees come from. But a lot is wrong in Europe and in the Netherlands. And this, we think, can only change through struggle. Struggle from the bottom up, grassroots struggle, by people that suffer themselves from oppression, supported by solidarity people. Yes, there is border control. Refugees are being rejected, locked up, and sometimes even deported. But a lot of people are fighting this. Individual refugees who keep coming, who go on in spite of state repression. The state cannot prevent people from staying here and somehow managing, somehow surviving. And I and others in my position, we have to show solidarity. We can do this by offering practical help. For example, running a consultation hour as we do in Leiden. Or, for example, the people that support We Are Here in Amsterdam. But we also must do this by giving political support. Demonstrations against migration control are important. Demonstrations against dictators like al-Bashir are important. The International Criminal Court is in The Hague, and that makes the Netherlands and the Dutch government play a role in arresting and prosecuting criminals like al-Bashir. But we shouldn't leave that only to the government, because the Netherlands and the EU violate human rights themselves. They leave refugees in the cold. We have to stand here, side by side, We must work together. We want to live together. We are human, all of us. We have a right for a better life. We say we stand for free migration. We are against state-controlling migration. We fight for a better life for refugees. We are against racism. We are against oppression. We are against capitalism that reduces people to numbers and costs and profit. We stand for a solidary world. We say, stop the violence in Sudan. We say, open the borders. No one is illegal. Everyone has the right to be here. Thank you.
Test.
Thank you, Mariette, and for sure we are going to fight this battle. And thank you for being here and for backing us and fighting with us. So, as you have heard, the journey is very long, and we have to stick together. We have to support each other. As I said, that our government is playing dirty game, and that is very shame. We are supporting Sudan government, and Bashir is a dictator, he is a criminal, he is notorious for killing his own people and raping women and burning the villages, and still the AU is supporting it to keep the refugees in Sudan and to take them back and to do many bad things, which is not going to be, because when you train militias, they will go to kill more people because they are not disciplined, they are criminals. So that's very shame. Huh? So as we are heading on, we will be listening to the representative of Visa in here. We are here, the refugee group, Khalid.
Just a few moments. Khalid, give me a few moments. You speak then. Just show 3 minutes. Yeah.
Hello everybody, I think I've got a little bit cold, so let's get some warm. We are here! We are here! We are here! We are here! We are here!
We are here!
We are here!
We are here!
Thank you so much for organizing this event and inviting us here. And we find it really is very important and also very interesting to us to be around here to explain and to share our story. As we came today a long way from Amsterdam to here, it's a very incredible moment for us by joining this demonstration and explaining something else about which brought us all here today. That's why I start by we are here. We come today from Amsterdam, from we are here. We are here is a collective of refugees from different countries related to different situations and different problems, brought us together for the same reason, help us to show our solidarities to each other and to stand one for all and all for one. And again, thank you, Harry, and also Downvids organization and the other Sudanese, any Sudanese collective, political or any other association. Our situation, since it's been declared as an official crime that happened in the west of Sudan, especially in the region of Darfur. That is the reason of what makes us flee and giving up our country, seeking refuge to the other countries. And now we are here in this country, which is everyone achieve and deserve a human right. But in our case, we're feeling we are totally abandoned and we are totally destroyed and we are not acceptable to live anywhere as a human. The first reason that we live and we have to give up our country was war in the west of Sudan. But now what we face here also as the refugees is totally different and very difficult for us to be able to work with it or to accept it as a part of any human that deserves it to be lived on such a situation like this. And again, really thank you so much. By our coming here today, we'd like to show our solidarity to all these organizations, part of this demonstration in this event now, and also to explain our situation to the Dutch policies and Dutch government, and especially here to this location in this parliament. I'm here now almost 16 years in the Netherlands. It's not 1 or 2 days since I haven't given up my country. But not only me, also there is a lot here, they have the same situation. And we hope it's not only about what we say, but also there is a lot of articles which has been reported by United Nations according to the Western Sudanese situation. Now, just let me give you light on what's happening exactly to the people who have managed to survive. Since the civil war in Sudan, the Sudanese all managed to survive the military dictatorship, were forced to leave. We are not here for holiday, we're forced to leave, seeking for safety and justice around the world. And also we hopefully today, our message really is not just only, as I said, from what we're saying, but also from the United Nations reports, which is estimate up to 300,000 people have been died, and about 2.7 million were internally displaced around the world. And now we are here. And again, really thank you so much for organizing this. And we hopefully, our politics in this country, they can receive our message today, and they can respond to our need in this such a case. And again, solidarity is very important, to work together. Let's accept to work in the group and refuse individual. It's time now to move on. It's time to work as one for all and all for one. Because of what? We are here!
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 Thank you so much.
Thank you for all our speakers. Mark from Stop Weapon Handles, and Marit from Dorbrak, and Khalid from Vaizain here. Now it is time to heading to the ICC. They will be listening to the representative of Darfur Union in the Netherlands. He will be addressing you about the case, about the 8th anniversary of Bashir indictment. We will be here again and again and again to reach our voice and to talk to our parliament. As you know, our parliament is just new elected. Many members are very new and organize themselves and do some stuff, but we will be again here. Okay, I don't want to talk too much. As I said, now it is time. We are heading to the ICC. It is a long distance. Please be ready to this walk. As we talk the talk, we are going also to walk the walk. So thank you so much, and now we are going to the ICC. Thanks.
Al-Bashir to ICC! Al-Bashir to ICC! Al-Bashir to ICC! Al-Bashir to ICC! All criminals to ICC!
نظم الصفوف زي ما جيتوا 3
All criminals to ICC! Free Sudan! Free Sudan! Free Sudan! Free Sudan! New 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 Sudan! يا وكبك الأوكسان! البشير مجرم سفاح! يا وكبك الأوكسان!
اسمع الميكروفون بتاعي وين؟ احمد تفضل. شكرا حبيبي لك، شكرا والله. دي بمناسبة البيغام.
جبل مرة. Justice for Sudan! Justice for Sudan! Justice for Sudan! We need peace in Sudan! We need peace in Sudan! We need peace in Sudan!
It's everybody's right. We are here and we will fight. Because freedom of movement is everybody's right. We are here and we will fight. Because freedom of movement is everybody's right. We are here and we will fight. Because freedom of movement is everybody's right. We are here and we will fight. Because freedom of movement is everybody's right. We are here and we will fight. Freedom of movement is everybody's right. Refugees are welcome here.
يا جماعة ادوني فرصة اجي قدامكم يا اخوان. ده انا اجي قدامكم والله. انا الليل ما مصاب عشان كده ما بقدر بجري. ليه ساعتين تلقى قدام ما قاعد. مصاب والله مصاب. لا يا رجل. كورة؟ لا يا الاعلام يا هركب الباص كده. ها؟ شوف مع واحد اسمه صبري ولا بعرف. والله
خليه امشي امشي خليه في النص خليه في النص امشي خليه في النص امشي امشي حط الكاميرا في النص
هاي فور سودان هاي
السودان
ICC
All criminal to ICC.
الحاجة الغريب
Peace in Sudan. Stop war in Sudan.
All criminal to ICC. All criminal to ICC. All criminal to ICC. Stop genocide in Sudan. Stop genocide in Sudan.
Stop genocide in
Stop war in New Sudan.
Stop war in all 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 Sudan.
Stop using chemical weapons in Sudan.
And they didn't arrest al-Bashir, they let him to escape back to my country. And we attended a public hearing in ICC on last Friday. We heard what South Africa is saying because they have their own representative of South Africa government. And it's the first time a country, one of the members of Statute of Rome, they will come and represent themselves in ICC. And we try to arrest, the ICC try to harass and to press on International Security Council because it is the one who referred the issue of Darfur case to the ICC. Because Sudan is not member of Rome status, but still, Sudan is a member of the UN because of interpretation of the laws, because of the host agreement in African unions. They say that Sudan is not member of that one, so he's visiting Ethiopia, Kenya, Uganda, Djibouti, Chad, Malawi, and last trip for him it was on Jordan, and Jordan is a member of it. And so what we are trying to say is we are as young people, we have to work hard. Put hands on hands working together to ask for our rights and rights of the victims because we have more than 500,000 people who pass their life in the Darfur crimes. And lastly, it was on a Friday, that's in the west of Darfur, it's a Jinana state, it's in one of the city in Darfur. on the refugee displaced camps. Many people has been died, and children, as you see the photos of people who are holding here. We try to see and work together, and we are going to let, because only we have half an hour here, I think, because we have to finish on 3 o'clock. So Imam and Ahmad are going to give the message to the ICC that's written what we want, as we are as Darfurian people and working with other NGOs. We're working with other NGOs to work, and we come every time here, and we want to see at least one day Bashir. He's standing here, and we hope next time when we will come, we see the Bashir on ICC. That's our hope. We are going to again to give a chance for Dolprak also to say something for ICC, the one word at least, and we will give also a chance for the organization of We Are Here to give our 2 minutes or 4 minutes what is going on, and then we will go because the time is already too late. And the black representatives, you are welcome to address the people here. Thank you. Okay. Then if representative of the organization of the We Are Here, we need his representative to give one word at least. At least Khalid, I think.
Really, thank you so much again, and again, and again, and again. Of course, there is nothing left, nothing much to say more than you said or others shared with us here. But just what we need to repeat again and again. Every time when we have such an amazing moment like this, always we like to point clear our request to those whom are in the authority of this country, and also especially this building, which is we used to call it a human rights building, according to my opinion. International Criminal Court is part of human rights. That's why just let's call it human rights, to give the real definition of the building and how United Nations work. And really we demand, and we always demand, not only to put eye on our subject in this court, but also to show the justice above every unjust situation around the world. Something which can make us more comfortable. 1.5 months ago or 3 months ago, I had an interview with the Southern African journalist, which is coming from there to collect African people's opinion about International Criminal Court, and that was incredible. But not because they want to learn from what they will receive from us. It's about to cover what unjust they have done there, because al-Bashir has no right to enter into the South Africa, International Airport of South Africa, and to flee from there free, as they know he's convicted of killing more than 250,000 murders in the west of Sudan and Darfur, bombarding the villages, supporting and assisting the Janjaweed in the ground, and always people like me and you will be victims as they victimize them. That system works like that, not in this or last year, but since the independence in Sudan. It's time now to reveal up these things and to show us solidarity how it's very important to work together and to fight against unrighteousness. And again, really thank you so much for showing this solidarity and also being here. And just let's see you again in the more work together for achievable more results, to fight against all this, against the humanitarian around the world, not only here, but even in so many different places. And we are here, we have this message, always we used to share it. Why? Because we are a collective of refugees. We have gathered together since 2012. Time was difficult. A lot of refugees has been kicked out into the streets. There's nowhere to go. Then we noticed there's something that which can bring us all together. It's our situation. It's our problem. The main thing that brought us together. Also, same thing. In Sudan, we are related to so many different tribes, so many different sides, but we share some situation that brings us here today. Please, let's fight, and we stand for that as a one for all and all for one. Thank you so much.
Okay, think, okay, then also Dorbrak organization representative can come and say something in front of people at least. Good, thank you. You are welcome.
Yeah, a few words then. Of course, al-Bashir to ICC. Of course, al-Bashir to ICC. That's a necessity, I think, because he is a big problem in Sudan, of course. And the problem, of course, also in Sudan is the violence over there. And because of the violence, people run away and they become a refugee, and then they enter this country. And they really need safety over here. So they really need a better life than in Sudan. They really need a safe life also. So I think for now over here it's really important that all Sudanese people, all other refugees get safety and shelter and food and also a better future than before in their life. So we want to support this struggle to survive, to get a better life. We as Doorbraak, we also as white Dutch people, we have the responsibility to support people over here who run away from Sudan. And I think this is the responsibility for all Dutch people. All Dutch people should say refugees are welcome here, and they should also let them feel that they are welcome, and not by close the borders, but by open the borders, of course. From the south of Europe to our own national borders, there should be no borders anymore. There should be free migration, because no one is illegal, and everybody has the right to stay and to live where he or she wants to stay or to live. That's it.
Yeah, we thanks to the organization of the Doorbraak for his very valuable words in front of us. And as you know, we are a Sudanese community with other refugees from other countries in the world. We have to be solidarity with everyone in the world. As you see in Europe or everywhere in the world, if someone has been died because of any kind of reason, people, they have to stand in front of them to work together. Like most of us here, we are middle age, almost 30, 35 to 40 years. Normally that if you have a very strong country with a respecting of the rules of the law of a country, then no one will be here in front of us, and we hope we work together, and especially genocide that's running in Darfur, whether in Blue Nile and Nuba Mountain, it is deserves someone to be stand for the souls of the victims. And ICC, it is International Criminal Court, and they don't have mechanism to arrest Bashir. They depend, still I'm going to repeat it again, they depend on the member of Rome status. And I think Netherlands has international obligation towards that issue, and we are in Netherlands. We urge the government of Netherlands to work for that one, and also we urge the European Union to work that instead of paying money for the government of Sudan to stop the mass of immigrants that they are coming from other countries towards Europe, and no matters they don't care about the human rights violations and the violence that's running in my country. And I'm also again saying that I'm very sorry to come and stand in front of ICC, because the head of my country who commit crime against of its own people, and you know, it's one of the highest crime in the world that commit against of the civilians, innocent civilians, children, women. Almost 3,000-4,000 village has been burnt by the government militia. So we are going to give the chance for other. We are going to welcome the representative of the ICC to come and address the people, and we will see that. You are welcome to come and address people. He is a representative of the ICC who was working on the Darfur case. So anyhow, for some reasons, for the representative of the ICC is going to come and attend in front of you, but he's going to come. He's not going to address the people, but anyhow, we are welcome him to be among us. And what we are going to try to say that we urge ICC to harass and push for the Darfur case, because it has been taken more than 15 years and still the case of Darfur is on ICC. We know that, like I say, they don't have a mechanism to arrest al-Bashir, but still Bashir is visiting a country who are member of the status, the Rome statutes, and we are working as we are Darfur Union, and also we are working with other Darfur Union from the other countries to push forward, and we hope that we want to see al-Bashir in the ICC as possible as we see, as soon as it can. So I'm going to give words for Ahmad, then he will be able to address a little bit.
On behalf of the Darfur Union, we thank you all for attending this rally or this event, and we really appreciate that some came from as far as Groningen, and that means that one has to wait up very early to attend this event. And thank you the other civil society organizations, we are here, everyone who attended here. And now the representative of OTP will not be addressing the event here because he has not even a license to address that, but he will be receiving the letter from Darfur Union and the civil society. And now we welcome the representative of the OTP in order to receive the letter and forward to the ICC. And in addition to that, we urge international code, criminal code, in order to accelerate all the procedures, even though it depends on the judges, but it's I think that it needs some kind of urgency. In the meantime, the ICC needs to be present in the communities, in the affected communities, and I want to stress this one, and I cannot stress even more. Be present in the affected communities, whether it's outside here, whether it's up in Eastern Chad or Central Africa. I think that those are the places that you can reach them. And Sudanese regime is still committing crimes. Last time that al-Bashir was indicted by war crimes and crimes against humanity, now it's 8 years, 9 years, almost a decade. And it's still, if you observe from January 2016 up to June 2016, the bombing, the chemical weapons used in Jebel Mara means another dimension of heinous crimes that are being committed. And as we speak, even in Guinea right now, there are some crimes being affected by the government of Sudan. And also my colleague Imam might want to say a word here. Okay, we thank you very much, Lee. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anyhow, like what we have seen, that yeah, only we remain. I think it's not more than 10 minutes because we need to finish at 3 o'clock. Yeah, I think that we are going to finish at 3 o'clock exactly. That's what our license is saying. That I don't think there is a lot of a time for everyone come and address because Sudan is political forum. And we need someone who come and stand and speak for 5 minutes at least, and then we will continue forwards. I think Imam is going to represent them.
Thank you. Also, I try to speak on behalf of Sudanese Democratic Forum to thank all people here attend for this event. We also this the Prags and also we are here. And all of the civil societies for Netherlands organizations, and even so for this Sudanese Nova Mountain Solidarity and Darfur Union and Sudanese Refugees Committee. To thank all of you, and let us to be in touch for all of our activities, even so, and also the police. Let me to thank him to organize this day for us, and thanks for all. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give one word for only because you know, in my country we have a gender problem always. You know, we are going to welcome one of our sister here. She's a Taqwa to come and say one word at least, but I think it's going to be in Arabic, and someone will translate. I think, yeah, okay.
سلامات كيف؟ أنا حتكلم عن أول حاجة حتكلم عن أزمة الدواء تاني زي ما تكلمت عنها في آخر مظاهرة. لكن عايزة أوضح ليه أنا عايزة أتكلم عن أزمة الدواء، لأنه يعني هي في النهاية دي برضو جريمة لما العيان ما يلقى بخاخ بتاع الأزمة أو ما يلقى أنبوبة الأكسجين وما يكون متوفرة الأدوية المنقذة للحياة. وأساسا تعريف الأدوية المنقذة للحياة ده توجد لدول العالم الثالث، لأن كل الأدوية المفروض تكون متوفرة، سواء الأدوية بتاعة السرطان، أدوية الضغط، أدوية السكري، أدوية الأطفال، دي كلها ما متوفرة. كانت في آخر فترة بعد رفع الدم عن الأدوية حصل الناس افتكرت إنه حصل انفراج جزئي في الأزمة، لأنه رفع العقوبات عن السودان، الرفع الجزئي بتاع العقوبات. لكن في الحقيقة هسي بناء على كلام دكتور نصر منقذ اللي هو رئيس شعبة الصيدلانيات في السودان، بيقول انه اساسا هسي الدولار ما بنك السودان المركزي رفض انه هو يوفر الدولار لشركات الادويه، وفتح لهم المجال انه هم يشيلوا من السوق الموازي، فبالتالي ما في دواء، في ازمه حقيقيه في الدواء. الغاء رفع الدعم عن الادويه ده ما حقيقي، وفي النهايه رفع الدعم عن الادويه ده مهم لانه هو كان الشراره بتاعت العصيان المدني اللي حصل في 2016 ده هو كان اساسا بدا برفع الدعم عن الادويه، لكن هسي رفع الدعم ده ما حاصل والادويه معدومه. يعني حتى لو موجوده السعر اضعاف 300%. رفع الدعم عن الدواء ده ما حيتحلى الا بانه توفير دولار للدواء ويمشي يمشي للدواء، يمشي لاستحقاق الدواء، لانه هسه الميزانيه بتاعت موازنه 2017 كان اكثر من 70% للامن وللسلاح وللدعم السريع، لكن دي اسمها ميزانيه الخوف. الميزانيه 2% بس للصحه. فانه ما الفكره انه ما في قروش، القروش ما بتمشي للمستحقين، بتمشي للقتل والتدمير. وهي الليله احنا هي المظاهره عن جرائم الحرب والجرائم اللي بيرتكبها النظام ضد المواطن بشكل مقنن كل يوم، يعني ما اقل من كده، يعني ما يعني الناس موضوع الدواء ده ما تستهون به، لانه هو في ارواح بتروح بسبب الحاجه دي، زي براميل النار اللي بتترمي من فوق من الطيارات، زي القتل، زي اي شيء بيتعمل من الحكومه دي. حابه اختم بقصيده لازهري محمد علي. يا صاحب المشروع يا صاحب المشروع في قصرك العالي الصوت هناك مسموع، دم الشهيد بكم، دم الشهيد غالي، واللي انكسر في الروح ما بيجبر الوالي، أرواح تزف أرواح وبرضو اللسان مبلوع، راح الوطن باباح، جرب معانا وضوق لو مرة واحدة الجوع من قبل ما نسميك الرئيس المخلوع، جرب معانا وشوف يا صاحب المشروع، يا صاحب المشروع، لي معاك غابات والباقي من النيل، جيب لي معاك حاجات بديك رباط الخيل، جيب لي وطننا الكان مترامي مليون ميل، جيب لي وطننا الضاع في غفرة آخر الليل، في غفلة وطن يتباع يا ليل مداين السوس، نحن امتداد القاع، يدك شوارع السوس، جيب لي خلينا نمشي نكوس، وين اختفوا العمال؟ وين اختفى الزراع؟ وين اختفى العمال؟ من شرد الأطفال واستخبر الطلاب. أنا معلش زعلانة شديد.
We are going to give for the Sudanese activists from the Peranakan city. It's, I think, very far. People who came from there, they can give one word at least. Waliullah, I think, yeah. Ahmed Waliullah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. تحية عبركم لأطياف المنبر الديمقراطي ونادى الفوز ورافد الجوانين الحضور الكريم. تتعدد جرائم النظام الغاشمة كل يوم وكل ساعة، ونسمع ونرى ما يحدث في انتهاكات في حق الشعب السوداني، وآخرها ما حدث في مدينة الجنينة يوم 10/4 في انتهاك خطير في حق المتظاهرين السلميين في مدينة الجنينة من قتل وحرق للأسواق من قبل الميليشيات المسلحة. وأطلب منكم إخوتي الحضور وأخواتي للتوحد لمجابهة هذه الجرائم التي تمارسها الحكومة السودانية من اضطهاد وقتل لأبناء شعبنا الكريم. وأختم بقصيدة: سنظل نحفر في الجدار، إما فتحنا ثغرة للنور أو متنا على وجه الجدار، لا يأس تدركه معاولنا ولا ملل ولا انكسار. ودمتم إخوتي ودام نضالكم. شكرا جزيلا.
Okay, I think the time is almost done. It's 2 minutes remain, I think. And I don't think it's going to be taking a long time. I think all of the people, they will come and take one picture. And after that, I think we're going to depart because the time is already done. This is what our agreement is. It's 3 o'clock, I think. So I think let's go to make one big photo.